everyone, welcome back to the Blue Who Review. Today I want to talk about something which I've wanted to do a video on for a while, but I just felt like now was the right time to do it, seeing as the 60th anniversary is literally right round the corner. Now, I would have loved to have done this when this first happened, but I never had my YouTube channel. I had the idea for it, but I just didn't get the chance to make it. But today I want to talk about my experience of seeing Doctor Who filming, more specifically the 60th anniversary filming, and my first time ever watching Doctor Who film. Now, it all started on Sunday the 15th of May. I went into the kitchen just to check on my phone before dinner, and then I saw that it'd been announced that David Tennant and Catherine Tate were back in Doctor Who. I remember being glad and excited, but not entirely surprised, because I think it was sort of heavily rumoured that they were coming back, and stuff like interviews with Catherine Tate, she sort of did hint it. So I wasn't overly surprised, but it was a very exciting time. Then the next day, the 16th of May, on the Monday, I remember I was checking my phone again, and there was all like pictures and filming from fans of watching it, and it looked like, to me, I felt like it was Wales, but they made it look like Camden Market, and then looking closely more, it was actually Camden Market they were filming at, and I thought, oh wow, that's so cool. And then I remember on the same day they announced Jasmine Finlay as Rose, and also I remember thinking, well, hang on a minute, why have they recast Rose? Of course, it wasn't long till we found out by leaks that it was actually Donna's daughter, which was really interesting. So that was really cool. And then I remember doing the research and hearing that they might actually be filming the next day as well, Tuesday the 17th of May. So I thought that was really interesting. I thought this could be a chance for me to see Doctor Who filming, because when do you actually get the chance to see Doctor Who filming? When do you sort of get the chance to know that they're going to be there and actually be round there to see it? So I thought, do you know what, it's worth the shot. So I thought, let me try and see. I was working that day, so I couldn't go as early as I'd wanted to, but I thought it's worth a shot, so let me go the next day and see if I can. Now, come Tuesday the 17th of May, I was really excited. I was nervous, but I was excited to see it. Now, for my job at the time, I used to scoot to work, and I knew I couldn't bring my scooter to Camden, so I thought I'd just walk there. So I remember walking on the way to work, not really focusing on the job itself or the day ahead, just focusing on Doctor Who, and I was excited, and it just felt so crazy that I was possibly going to see Doctor Who filming. Now, I wasn't 100% that I was going to see it, but I was still quite excited. I was really hoping I'd at least see something. Even if they were filming, I just wanted to see something. So I was really excited for that. And I remember what I wore like these Converse red shoes and then a Converse hoodie, sort of as a subtle nod towards the 10th Doctor. I didn't want to wear anything Doctor Who-y, just so I could like blend in just to the general public, because in case they're told like Doctor Who fans to disperse, there's nothing showing that I'm a Doctor Who fan. I sort of did plan this out just so, you know, I could actually see it, and it was quite cool planning all of that, but I just thought I'd wear that just in case. But I thought it was a nice nod to the 10th Doctor, so I thought I'd wear that, which I thought was quite cool. Now, my friend at work actually let me leave early. She wasn't the manager or anything, but she did let me leave early, which I was really pleased about, because there's no way I would have seen what I could have seen if I didn't leave early, which I was really pleased about. So instead of finishing at 4:45, I managed to leave at 3, which was really great. And by the time it was time to clock out, I was already in Camden, which I was really pleased about that I actually got there, because I wouldn't have seen half the things or met half the people I did if it wasn't for me actually leaving early at work. So I'm really pleased that happened. So I'm really grateful to her. I always used to say to her, you know, you have no idea how amazing that was. And I explained to her how it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but she let me, which was great. So I'm so grateful to her for that. Now, I got off the bus and it was just outside Camden Market. It was, as soon as you got there, it was quite busy. I don't think that was necessary for Doctor Who. It was just sort of like just a busy day, I suppose. I've never really been to Camden Market before, and I never went after either, so I'm not really familiar about how busy it normally is, but it felt quite busy. But I remember finding the entrance to Camden Market, and they had those sort of like typical Doctor Who signs outside, and you saw the set and like just crew members just like hanging about, which was really cool. So I thought, yeah, they're definitely filming. And when I saw like all the crowds like sort of behind the barriers, I thought, yeah, Doctor Who's definitely here. So I was really pleased that there was actually Doctor Who filming there, because again, I wasn't 100% that it'd be there. It was just sort of rumoured that they'd be there tomorrow, but I thought it was worth a shot, and of course it definitely was. So I got there, and they had sort of like the barriers. Now, it was obviously stacked out. People who were there were probably there for, gosh, I have no idea, probably since the early hours of the morning, just waiting there. So there was no way I would have been able to get to the front of that queue, and it was completely stacked out. Now, they sort of like put it in the middle, and then around by the sort of like huts where they sell foods and everything was sort of like where it was empty, but you weren't allowed to stand there because the crew would actually tell you off for standing there, because you're blocking a public, what was it? It was, they said something like it was a public walkway or whatever, public access or something like that. So I can't stand there, but I did sort of like walk a few times just to see things, and I was so glad that I saw the TARDIS. Even if I just walked away and actually saw the TARDIS in real life, I would have been happy enough, because then I've just seen something. I've seen the TARDIS before in real life, but just to see it like on the set of filming is just absolutely mind blowing. It was so cool, and I got a few pictures that I'm really pleased about with it. So I was so pleased. So even just seeing that was great. But I saw that, and then I thought, let me see if I could see more, because with the thing is with filming, when you go and watch it, a lot of the time nothing's actually happening, and it's just people from the crew just walking around. So when they are filming, you can't always get the perfect sort of like look at it or hear a lot either. So when you are there, it is quite difficult to actually see stuff. So I thought I'd keep going around seeing what I could try and find. Now, like I said earlier, with the food stalls, I did actually go up to a stall and pretend to order something just so I could get a sort of like look at what was happening. Again, you couldn't see much, I just saw the TARDIS, but it was great to have a proper glimpse of it without having to stand there and worrying that someone's going to tell you off. So I stayed there for a little bit. I couldn't stay there too long, but I just had a look, and I thought I need to find a better place. So I went sort of like round the market to find the good spots, and really there was only that spot or another spot where I eventually stayed at. But the thing is with the spots, if there was a good spot, then it was crowded, and if it wasn't crowded, it was blocked off and you could barely see anything. So I spent a lot of the time just going around trying to find a good spot. And then when I did eventually find a good spot, of course it was filled out. I asked someone to actually just get a bit of a video for me, so they took my phone and actually showed me what was happening. But as soon as they put the phone there, I don't think this was deliberate, but the crew actually put a white screen right in front of the TARDIS so you couldn't see. So I ended up not actually seeing anything when the person actually recorded the video for me. So I'm really grateful that they tried. But I thought, oh, that's great. As soon as they put the phone there, I can't see anything. Now, eventually, some people left the good spot, and I managed to actually get there, and I got the front, actually, so I was so pleased about that. Now, I know I probably wasn't allowed to do this, and sort of like, you're not really allowed to take filming and pictures and all of that, but in my defence, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I know us fans shouldn't really do it, but we love Doctor. It's so exciting. As long as we're not, like, disturbing the crew, or, like, doing anything we really shouldn't, like, you know, shouting or anything like that, I feel like it's sort of like, it's not okay, but it's alright, if you see what I mean. I understand why we shouldn't do it, but then again, us being fans, we love Doctor Who. We want to see it filming, and for me, it really was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, because I've never had a chance to see Doctor Who film, but I'm so pleased I got the chance. Now, the most exciting piece of film I actually saw was when the TARDIS suddenly dematerialises, and Sean, Sylvia and Rose are watching as it happens. Now, that was such a cool scene to actually see. It's going to be a cool scene in Doctor Who, but it was quite a cool scene to actually see in person with the wind machines and everything. It was really cool, actually. I was really pleased that you got to see it. Something also very exciting that happened as well was David Tennant appeared from in front of the TARDIS, which I was so pleased I actually got to see David Tennant in the flesh. On the day, I never got to see Donna or Sean. I heard Sean, but I never actually got to see him, so that was unfortunate. Or I never got to see Bernard Cribbins either, unfortunately. But I did manage to get a glimpse of David Tennant, and for a while he was just, as you can see, he was just sort of like looking up at something. I'm not sure if this was for a promo shoot, or for Doctor Who Unleashed, or for part of the episode itself, but for a long time he was just staring up there. And then for a brief second afterwards, he looked in my direction, which I was very pleased about, because I thought there's a chance that David Tennant might have actually seen me and knew I existed, even though he'd have no idea who I was, and even though he probably forgot it straight away, and even though he probably didn't see me anyway, just the thought that he might have actually seen me got me really excited. So I know that's crazy, but I'm a Doctor Who fan. So that was really cool to actually see David Tennant as well. I'm not sure what he's looking at. I still don't know what he's looking at. Maybe we'll find out in the episode, but I just thought that was very cool itself. Now, obviously it went around Twitter straight away, but it was great to see it in person sort of thing before anyone else on the internet got to saw it, so I was so pleased about that. Now, as much as it was cool seeing filming, a lot of the time either nothing happens or it's reshoots, and then you can't really actually see or hear much. So as great as it is, after a while it can get boring. So if you ever do get to the chance to see filming, definitely check it out, but don't feel like you're obligated to stay there all day, because a lot doesn't happen most of the time. And I remember it was quite a hot day and it was getting late, so I thought I should call it a day. I've seen the TARDIS, I've seen a scene film, I saw David Tennant, so I thought I may as well just head home now. And there was someone who I kept seeing, and I was too nervous to say something, but I kept seeing them pop round every so often. I thought I should really say something, but I was too nervous. So anyway, I was heading home. I put on my mask to get on the bus, and then he passed me, and I thought, no, this is my last chance. I definitely need to say something. So I ran round and said hi, and he was so nice. Of course, if you've seen the thumbnail, I'm talking about George, formerly Ace Creeper, and he was so lovely. It was so great to talk to him, and it was so crazy to speak to him. I watched him for years. He was actually my first ever Doctor YouTuber who I ever watched, and I started watching him around the time of like Series 11 filming. I remember he did like videos on that suspected cat in Series 11, and then the Rosa Parks sort of filming of that as well. So that was really cool. So to meet him was actually great, and he's so much taller in real life than I thought he'd be. But he was so great, and I told him about what I saw of the filming. He said send it on Twitter, and I actually put out a tweet the same day saying it was so nice for him to actually meet people and everything, and to be like sort of recognised. So that was really cool. So it was so great to meet him. So I had really a great day in the end of the day, because I met, you know, George. I saw Doctor Who filming, I saw the TARDIS, saw David Tennant. So it really was a great day, and I was so pleased I actually got to speak to George, because he was so great, so lovely. And yeah, I'm just so pleased that I got to speak to him and everything. So I really had a great day, and I'm so pleased I did. I have such fond memories of actually the filming and everything, and just going out that day and doing that, because I've never actually done that before, and that was the first sort of like Doctor Who, even though it wasn't like an event, it was the first sort of Doctor Who thing I'd done for about 3 or 4 years. So it was so great that I actually got to go there, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, it was just such a great day, and I remember actually fans were sort of quizzing like the production crew about it, and I remember the production crew obviously keeping it close to their chest, but saying it was sort of like a series of specials. So I remember that was sort of going around as well. But it was a really great day, and it was such a once in a lifetime opportunity. One, because you never really get the chance to see Doctor Who filming unless you're there and know when it's happening. And two, when's the last time anybody had a chance to see David Tennant filming Doctor Who? And it's such a great time as well for the 60th anniversary. It's such like a major time as well. So it was so cool, and I'm so pleased. So it was a really great day actually. But I just wanted to sort of share my experiences of watching the 60th film. Obviously with the 60th just about, well, it's actually next Saturday now. So it was so cool to see it. But no, I had such a great day. Again, it was so great to meet George. You know, he was a great guy. So thank you for being so kind, George, and everything. And yeah, it was just great to see the filming. Were you there though? I'd love to know if you were there, because you might have seen me, I might have seen you, you never know. Hey, let me know in the comments below, what were your experiences of it, or what were your experiences of any of Doctor Who filming you've ever seen. I'd love to know about it. But thank you for watching the video, I hope you enjoyed, and see you in my next video soon. Thank you everyone, take care.